On this Sunday after New Year's, we need to study the wise men who brought their gifts to the baby Jesus and obviously arrived after Christmas, probably between 40 days to 2 years after his birth. They were the classic gift givers of all time. First of all, they were men of faith. They had studied and knew it was prophesied that Jesus would be born King of the Jews. They didn't know a lot about him. They started out on a long journey without knowing everything that they would find. They were led by a star and didn't know where the journey would take them. They even had to ask King Herod directions when they arrived. But they knew enough to make the effort. They knew he was someone to be worshipped. Notice they didn't come to worship Herod, the current king. They weren't coming to curry favor with the powers that be. They didn't bring baby toys, but brought appropriate gifts, fitting a king. They were symbolically important, as gold may have represented virtue or kingship. Frankincense may have represented prayer or deity, and myrrh may have represented mortality, suffering, or death. They also could have been practical gifts, with the gold being used to finance the trip to Egypt, and the frankincense and myrrh being used for medicinal purposes. We do know that this trip was a life changer for them. They were warned not to return home by the same route. One commentator has said, having come to know Jesus, we are forbidden to return the way we came. What can we learn from this wise man? In the middle of our 101st year of worship here, we don't exactly know where we will be at the end of the year. But we know God is here, working powerfully in us. We need to give in faith and make the effort to worship the King. We are to worship him with a portion of all we have, including time, talents, and our money. Each of us should ask ourselves what we have to give to him: prayer, worship, and service. Worship is a verb. Let's at this time see their tithes and offerings.